I have come to the realization that it is my teenage son's fault that I've gotten fat. I was just looking at videos and pictures of myself 1 year ago at the healthiest weight, best physical fitness I've ever been. And because my son chose to hang around continuously with kids I told him he wasn't allowed to hang around with, he ended up putting me and my entire family in a dangerous, life-threatening situation that gave me no other choice than to jump up and move, which put me in a constant fight or flight survival mode ever since. Now, as a result, he's learned his lesson and he's never made that mistake again, but I've suffered as a result. I've become clinically depressed. I've gained rapid weight. I have been through so many changes because of his actions. It's his fault. Think of it this way. If my son would have just respected me and quit hanging around with those scumbags behind my back, etc., but ever since he got jumped, it ruined my life. And I blame him. Now look what he's done. Look what he caused. He caused his whole family to have to move. We were in a crisis. Those kids threatened, and their families threatened to kill us. They were surrounding our house for weeks, and my neighbors' houses. They were going to the grocery stores. My life has not been the same ever since then. It was no question, not up for debate. I had to homeschool him until we moved. We had to move. We were not safe. The police weren't doing shit. They were a bunch of thugs. If we wouldn't have moved, something worse would have happened. And my life has just not been back to being consistent since. I'm in disarray. My bills are higher. I'm stressed out. I've gained all this weight. Everything has changed, and I don't really know what to do with this information. And this is just like an example where motherhood can literally destroy you. When your children become teenagers and do things that you tell them not to do repeatedly, it can destroy you. I'm starting to question whether or not he even stayed after school that day. I'm seriously questioning it, because why were the doors locked? Why wasn't anyone answering the phone? And honestly, who stays after school for a Spanish assignment 5 p.m.? I mean, I think he was supposed to be out of there by 4:30, but still. He should have just put a fucking restraining order on these little scums, and then my son would have been forced to stay away from them. I blame my son. Okay, he was just a 13-year-old. Okay, 14-year-old, but sometimes I truly feel like he has no clue what he's caused. And for those people who are saying that I'm a terrible mom for blaming him, if he would have respected his mother, followed my rules, and quit sneaking around with those scums and kept them blocked like I instructed him to, he wouldn't have ended up getting jumped. He wouldn't have ended up getting lured into the woods. He wouldn't have ended up getting robbed. Gained all of this weight as a result because I'm unstable right now. My bills are really high. That wouldn't have happened last year if my stupid son would have just listened to his fucking mother. It's like, why don't kids understand your mom, and not even kids, teenagers understand your mom is there to protect you? Listen to her. He gets it now. He hasn't messed up since. He's chosen good friends since. But it just disgusts me to look at videos and pictures of myself from 1 year ago to see how healthy and happy I had been in years. That was the healthiest and happiest I have been since I've become a mother, since I've been assaulted, roofied, assaulted, impregnated, forced into parenthood, making the most of it, surviving. That year in 2023, 2024 was the healthiest, best year of my life since I've been a mom. And it really makes me sick to think that my own child turned on me and caused all of that. And a lot of people say, oh, you blamed your son for getting jumped and robbed. Yes, I do. Because he was warned over and over, and I begged him. I used to cry on his floor to stop associating with them, to block them. This went on, and now look at me. My son won. He got what he wanted, and then he got everything he wanted. He ended up getting jumped and robbed and realized I was right. And I've just been suffering ever since because of his actions. And I still haven't found a solution to how I can move on and feel consistent and successful again. It's like my own son sabotaged my success. That's the only way I can explain it. I mean, I like where I'm living now. I like it here. And I've always wanted to live in Pittsburgh. Not for these circumstances, though. I mean, the universe had a very peculiar way of getting me here, and this is a street I used to spend so much time on when I would come here to work. And I don't know how to just move on and make the most of it, because looking at pictures and videos of me from 1 year ago, seeing that all of that was stolen and robbed from me, it makes me sick. I even took my son to therapy when we were in Jamestown, New York, to get him to stop associating with those kids. I took him to fucking therapy. And even the therapist couldn't get through to him. The therapist said he's just a teenage boy, and that's what teenage boys do. Mind you, that was months before he ended up getting jumped and robbed by these same scumbags. Nothing got through to him until it was too late and our lives were at risk. So if you're wondering how I'm doing, here's how I'm fucking doing. I'm not doing so good.